Informal assessment. Bailey McClellan was given 2 assessments on his ability to solve subtraction problems. I chose to work with his math deficit because I work every day with his English deficit, and I just wanted to see how he did with another subject. The first assessment that I gave Bailey was a 2-digit subtraction assessment with regrouping. The second one was 2-digit subtraction problems without regrouping. These assessments are going to be used as a pretest for instruction on these skills. They will determine if Bailey has mastered these concepts or if further instruction is needed. The assessments will be scored like a criterion test of basic skills, with 0 to 49 being frustration level, 50 to 89 being the instructional level, and 90 to 100 being the mastery level. The first assessment of Bailey's skills was on 2-digit subtraction with regrouping. Bailey scored a 66 on this assessment. Therefore, this is his level of instruction. Every one of the problems that Bailey got wrong included regrouping. The next assessment that he took was on 2-digit subtraction without regrouping. This assessment was much easier for Bailey. He completed it without any prompting and without the use of a calculator. He scored a 100% on this assessment, placing it at his mastery level for this skill. Throughout the assessments, the first assessment where Bailey had to do the regrouping, he was easily frustrated. He asked for help a couple of times. Of course, being a pretest in the informal assessment, I did not help him. I just told him he had to do his best without the calculator. And so he did. Wasn't very happy about it, but he did. Then his second assessment, he was much happier because he knew how to do the subtraction without regrouping. He has worked hard this year with adding and subtracting problems with and without regrouping. He can add 2-digit numbers with and without regrouping and without the use of a calculator. He can also subtract 2-digit numbers without regrouping without any problem. He just needs to take his time instead of getting in a hurry, causing him to make silly mistakes. However, he has difficulty subtracting 2-digit numbers with regrouping. I would recommend that his current goals be carried over into his 10th grade IEP. He will need to spend time on these tasks in his math class next year, along with new concepts that will be taught. The skills for these goals are essential to continue to do well in his math classes as concepts build on basic concepts. He will also need to continue in Resource Classroom for the next year so that he can have the attention he needs to master these goals. When looking back at some of his earlier scores, it shows that in the computation, unless Bailey has a calculator, he makes mistakes because he forgets the steps that he needs to follow when completing a problem. One of the goals that will be placed for him for this year will be that he will solve so many problems of a worksheet without the use of a calculator. This will help him with his computation